Good morning. Today is Friday, February 16, 2018, and I am ready for the break. I am so ready for the break. You don't know how ready I am for this break. This whole week for me has just seemed like, if I could just use an image, I feel like a whale. Not because I'm fat, but because I've been in an entire environment full of salt. Get it? Because like whales are like saltwater animals, and I'm a mammal. Whatever. Like the point was, I was surrounded in salt, and I decided not to post the little story that I like my 13-minute story about the situation that happened yesterday, mainly because I wanted to protect my student. But I've been thinking about today and all that stuff. Here's a lot of. I just want to talk about some things I really struggle with, particularly the positive talk. Yesterday, a lot of negativity came my way, right? And it was very interesting how I kept my cool. I managed to handle it, and that was literally the worst. I've never sat through a 15-minute session, and that entire 15 minutes was just nothing but negative insults into me as a professional. And like um because like I'll just give you a quick thing. I gave a student detention. Some other students didn't feel it was fair, and it opened up some old wounds for another student, mainly because you know there were some trust issues, I guess, and it just like really went all out on me. Um, and man, I sat there 50 minutes, all these insults, and the kids were like on her side and stuff. And for one thing, I was surprised that something like that would happen. Like, like they all just kind of like sided, and I thought I spent a lot of time working and making this community, and I guess in the end, it just seemed like I was still like the teacher, and I was still like the bad guy. I don't know. I felt like I was the bad guy. Um, on the other hand, too, I realized how well trained I am in taking negativity. Like I kept my cool, like the whole time, no matter what, and I even managed to end it in a positive manner. I said, just keep in mind this is how, when you become a professional, this is going to happen to you eventually. You might have a day like this, and the most important thing is you just have to stick to your guns and you have to stay professional no matter what, because for one thing, your job depends on it, and two, your sanity depends on it, and your credibility depends on it. I made it a teachable moment, but after that, people have been saying positive things about me. People just, and I really appreciate all the positivity that I get from them, but I still struggle with hearing it. I still struggle with believing it. I have so much negative self-talk in my head, and I struggle with it. That's probably the biggest thing. Like part of the reason I feel that I handled that negativity so well was because I'm so used to the negativity in my own mind. And I was lucky enough to get enough sleep. I was lucky enough to get some exercise. You know, but man, I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's just like I try my best in this profession, and I'm ready for this break because I really got a lot of thinking to do. Just like, how am I gonna handle the remainder of the school year? How can I become better? How can I become more loving? How can I make sure that I don't let things slip out of the cracks? And sometimes I feel like there's things are gonna slip in the cracks, between the cracks, just because um, you know there's just so much for me to handle. Um, I don't know. I'm not trying to. I'm just thinking about just this is like a lot of teachers feel this way. Sometimes it makes me think like sometimes like my profession is like we're just like sometimes I feel like we feel like we're like a laughing stock or something. Like oh, the teacher was this. He was like, I had a bad teacher and it inspired me to do this, and then it just seems like people just want that bad teacher to just to ream on, or to prove wrong or something. I don't know. I try to be like a good teacher, and then sometimes it's just like those small mistakes that I make as a human that like really define me. Um, yeah, it's really interesting. What else? Yeah, I gotta learn how to listen to myself, to like my positivity, because sure, one student like said that, and honestly, it ended up positive. Like it ended in a positive note. Like it was resolved. It had to happen. I made the right calls as a professional, but and then I even heard a lot of positive things out of her from me. Why she wants to stay with like my class, but like at the same time, I'm like in my head, it's just I want to dwell on. I want to talk. I want to think about all the nice things she said, but I still dwell on like all the negativity I heard yesterday, and it sucks. It sucks. Anyway, hopefully I can unwind over the break because I need to unwind. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.